Come on. Make a little bit more noise. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming out to Blueback Square this morning for the Juneteenth celebration. I'm so excited to be here and to see all of you here. Also want to say Happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. A beautiful day. We have a lot in store for you all. First, we are going to introduce Town Councilwoman Carol Anderson Blinks. She can come to the stage.
Thank you, Sydney. Hello, West Hartford and all the visitors who have come to celebrate Juneteenth with us. This is our third annual event, so we have to give it up because when Adrienne came to all of us, and she was very passionate about why we needed to start this, she said, we have got to do something. And we started over on what used to be Goodwin Green, which is now Unity Green. And this is because of this fabulous young woman standing behind me, so we really got to give it up to her. Now, before I get into the proclamation, I want to thank everybody for coming out. I really do, because we all know that West Hartford has come a long way, right? And I'm proud to be a member of our town council and have contributed to many of the changes that have occurred here in town. Now, I want to acknowledge a number of elected officials who are here and others, and I want to start with our town manager, Mr. Rick Ledwith, who's sitting over here in front of me, as well as Representative Kate Farrar, who's over here as well. And I thought I saw some others. Who else? No, the mayor's not here, but I know Barry Walters is over here, and I want to give it up to him for Pride and all that he's done. And I want you all to come out next weekend and celebrate Pride with Barry and all of his volunteers, as well as, let's give it up for the volunteers who participated in bringing this event alive today. Because without them, this would not be happening. And I understand Commissioner Beth Bai is here, so let's give it up to her as well. And I don't know if Dr. Tracy Wilson is here, but I want to give it up to her and her team because they have led the Witness Stone, which is now Hidden History, I believe, and they have done tremendous work in bringing the history alive of the enslaved people who resided here in town. And as a result of that, I want you guys to keep a lookout because we do have a walking tour that gives more information about these injustices that occurred in town that we are consciously trying to change and bring history and education to this. All right, so thank you for all that everyone does in making this town great. Juneteenth, okay, 150 years later, we get to celebrate this beautiful celebration during a time that an injustice was corrected. If we could just take a moment to think about those individuals who were affected by that. Imagine what they were feeling, okay? And a lot of times, many of us, not all of us, many of us, we talk about things, but we have to get involved and we have to give some feet to the fire and provide action. That all comes from hope and faith. A lot of work and the actionable steps that brought us to the victory. So what I'm going to do, without further ado, is I'm going to read the town proclamation. Just bear with me a bit. And I want you to know that I'm standing here on behalf of the town council and our mayor. Okay, this is a team effort. We need to give it up for Mayor Sherry Cantor because I always say she is the hardest working woman of our town. Okay, the proclamation reads, whereas the town of West Hartford remains committed to taking steps to acknowledge and reconcile the history of slavery in this town by recognizing who were enslaved in this town and across our nation. This day, known as Juneteenth, marks the day in 1865 that the last in the actions of those individuals who chose to enslave other human beings. And whereas the hard work and countless have dedicated their time have helped to tell the individual stories of enslaved people, including the stories of Bristow and Dinah. And whereas the town of West Lou, Kate, Caesar, Sarah Kofi, Greenville, Kofi, Rachel, Knott, Frank, Ransom, Chloe, Hagar, Bristow, Thomas, Julia Thomas. Now therefore, be it proclaimed that on behalf of the town council and the residents of West Hartford, Mayor Sherry Cameron acknowledged, because I've seen her walking around, and that is the Deputy Fire Marshal, Marsha Adele. Can we give it up for her? Because she's a hard working.
Lift every voice, let our rejoicing rise high as the lifts. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us, facing the rising sun of our new day begun. Let us march on till victory.